After hundreds of appointments, we have a 2-to-1 ratio for call bookings versus text bookings. That means you could sell 50% more if you had text set up correctly. In this video, we'll show you how to avoid common mistakes and make texting a key part of your strategy. This will help you get more leads booked in for an appointment without spending any additional money. First off, why SMS? Some people just don't answer the phone. We've made hundreds of bookings for our clients, and like I mentioned, we have a 2-to-1 ratio for calls versus text. Many people don't answer the phone, and texting allows us to book in people who never would have been booked in prior. Convenience. Texting allows busy customers to respond at their leisure. It's also less pressure than phone calls. Now, the other thing is you can leverage AI for 24/7 availability. So our custom AI agents engage leads 24/7. This captures nighttime responses, and it makes it so that we can book in more people because we have someone always there responding for us. Now, here's the first thing we want to do. We want to make sure that we begin with the easy yes or no question. This approach initiates a natural conversation. We want it to be personable and non-intrusive. Something like, is your roof leaking? Is your house 1 story or 2? We prefer, is your roof leaking? Because it doesn't assume they're interested, and it goes over a problem-oriented question first. It's also good to know. Now, in general, when we do SMS, we want to be human, offer help, and use natural and neutral language. Write messages that sound like a person, not like a company, right? We don't want to say, hey, get 10% off if you come in the next 7 days. We want to say, hey, we notice you might be interested in a roofing inspection. Is your roof leaking? We also want to offer help. So again, we want to focus on providing value to them, locating their problem, addressing their potential needs and concerns. We want it to be about them, not us. And finally, we want to have neutral and natural language as well. I already gave this example, but you don't want to have this fake scarcity in the discounts. Most people just see right through that. Focus on having a conversation and avoid sounding corporate at all costs. So our follow-up cadence is typically day 1, we send 2 to 4 texts depending on the time of the day. We usually space them out to avoid overwhelm. At least 3 hours. And then day 2 to 4, we send 1 text a day. This maintains interest without being too pushy. Now, after that, if there's no response, we send occasional texts. For engaged leads, when they've actually responded to us, we follow up daily for 4 days as well. So here's some follow-up examples. Don't do, hey, you responded to a text. Are you still interested? You can say, hey, did you find what you were looking for, or are you still looking? Remember, have a conversation. If they haven't responded for a while and you've sent many other follow-up texts, you can respond with a funny GIF. Here's what's called a pattern interrupt, and it can work phenomenally for getting responses. Something like this that indicates you've been waiting for them to respond, or whatever your favorite GIF is, as long as it actually makes sense. And here's some other best practices for SMS. You want to have immediate response. You want to reply instantly within 5 minutes. So number 1, right when they come in, you want to immediately send a text out. Now, what you also want to do is when they responded to you after you sent them a text, you want those responses to be within 5 minutes. That's why we typically use AI in case there's someone human that may be on a bathroom break, or maybe they're away on vacation, or maybe it's 12 o'clock at night. AI works 24/7, doesn't need bathroom breaks. Now, we also want to maintain a friendly tone. So again, like I mentioned, keep things conversational, low pressure. Having the regular follow-ups as well is going to be very important to have that consistent communication. Sometimes maybe they're at work, maybe they click into your message and they forget about it. You want to regularly stay on them without being too overbearing. So in terms of implementing your SMS strategy, you want to make sure that you use it alongside calling. You don't want to just use SMS or just use calling. Some people don't answer their texting and then they respond on a phone call. It's also a lot easier to have a phone call than a texting conversation. Some people don't respond to a phone call, but they respond to text. Having both ensures that you can maximize your leads and get those different people that respond in different ways. Overall, for texting, quality over quantity. Your text should sound personal, be neutral, not be pitchy, not salesy. If you implement those things, you're going to see much better results. And just implementing faster response times, whether it be with AI or humans, as well as those conversational messages, can have a massive effect, and it has for our clients. If you want to implement these strategies that I'm talking about here, there's going to be a link in the comments to download this full guide so that you can take a look at it on your own time and implement it into your business so that you can turn more of your leads into appointments and get more sales so that you can scale your business. And that's all for this video. We'll see you in the next one.